Welcome in everyone to another exciting episode of Let's Talk Lenawee by Visit Lenawee. I'm the Director of Marketing for Visit Lenawee, Jenna Salazar, and I have an old but awesome friend. Not old as an age.
Oh my gosh, is that OLE or OLD?
Old like we go way back.
Yes, okay.
Jim Berryman, he's a former City of Adrian mayor, and he's also the originator and an organizer of Comstock Christmas Riverwalk, which what we're going to talk about and highlight today. There's a lot to talk about here, a lot of years, a lot of time and memories put into this park. As always, Robert will be throwing in some B-roll so you guys can see the atmosphere come to life, but you really got to be here and experience it in person, Jim.
You do.
Yeah.
And Jenny, you hit it right on the nose. I've always said the star of this event are the trees, are the people that buy the trees and decorate the trees. They're invested in this. You know, we have the biggest crowd of the year at an Adrian event is the lighting ceremony. Mm-hmm. We literally have thousands of people that come down. And it's so popular year after year, just like this year when I've done every year, is the trees go on sale the third Wednesday in September. Mm-hmm. And I remember last year, I told the city administrator, I said, I think they'll be gone by the middle of October. And they were gone 3 days later. And this year, we have the most trees we've ever had for people to buy and decorate. And they were sold within 10 hours.
Wow.
So again, the popularity is because it's theirs. They invested, they decorated, a lot of the trees are memorial trees. They're not all memorial trees, of course, but and I've never heard one case, Jenna, where they said that's a sad occasion. It says it gets our family together, we come out, we're decorating it, in dad's or mom's or grandma's honor, and we're having fun. It brings our family together.
It does.
And now in our 11th year, it's become a tradition.
Absolutely, and a popular event and attraction for residents, which is why we wanted to highlight it as a visitors bureau to draw in and spread the word more for visitors looking for holiday theme events to do in our region to come out and experience, because it is really remarkable and amazing to see. I mean, you can spend hours down here just walking and looking at all the decorations. But you mentioned the number of trees. We're at the most it's been. You said 11 years. So where did we start and how far have we come?
It started 11 years ago, and we had this nice, beautiful park, and we had 34 trees. And this year, we are going to have 590. And 591 when you count the big artificial tree, but 590 real trees that are Christmas trees. And again, I even will get people say, why do you cut down so many trees when they should? It's a tree farm. They grow them for that reason, and every year when they cut trees, they plant more trees. So, they're Christmas trees, and that was. Well, we started with Comstock Christmas Riverwalk. They're Christmas trees, and it caught on from the first year. And when people found out that they could buy one for themselves or their family, it just caught fire, and we are where we are.
Yeah, it's so amazing. I can't believe you can fit that many trees down here, and you're always looking for more space too. Like you're down here just scoping out, trying to make it bigger and better each year. I love that.
Well, thank you, and and I'm glad you brought that up, because we're going to change it a little bit this year as far as the layout of the park.
Okay.
The big tree was always in that one corner by the fountain, and now that's going to be in a new location, around the park, but a new location. And the displays that we've had in certain locations, we're going to change that up a little bit, just to keep the interest going. That you come in and it looks a little bit different. It keeps adding to that excitement.
Yeah. Something new each year.
And one of the reasons the big tree is being moved is one, for safety. And the other, it frees up a lot of room for more trees.
Yeah, exactly. How big is the big tree that you're talking about?
That's 50 feet.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
And I want to thank Visit Lenawee. Because of Visit Lenawee and what you've done in past years was the reason I got called from Bronner's Christmas in Frankenmuth.
Yeah.
And they, I called and I talked to her, and she said, you know, this year you're going to be the only one that has 2 spots. We're going to mention Comstock Christmas Riverwalk, but also the courthouse tree. So that was due to visit Lenawee, and I want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
Having Comstock Christmas Riverwalk on Bronner's webpage was fantastic.
Yeah, and Bronner's has reached out the last couple of years wanting just to have updated photos and stuff to highlight the event, which just goes to show of what an amazing attraction it really is to draw people from all over Michigan to come see this.
And we actually get, you know, visitors from the tri-state area, you know, Ohio, Indiana, even Illinois, but all over the state of Michigan. You know, and it's funny, the calls that I'll get is, you know, well, what time does it close? And it's not. It's open 24/7.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too.
And how much does it cost? There's no cost for anyone to drive in and walk through the park. It's free for the public, and I think that's another positive aspect to this.
Absolutely, a free attraction to go visit with your family, so you can walk along the river, check out all the trees. You mentioned a couple displays. There's a photo op area now, right, in the pavilion?
There is, well, there's Santa's chair is in the pavilion.
Okay.
And that's a photo op. We have several. And then last year, Adrian Steele purchased, we called it the gift box. And we have, it's 14 feet high. With a, it's like it looks like a package.
Yeah.
And there's a bench in the middle of it. And so we encourage people to go in. There's a selfie post, so you can take a selfie if you want. But there were just, you know, thousands literally of people had their picture taken in that box.
Yeah.
We of course get a lot of pictures by the big tree. We also had a donation last year for a 14-foot, and if you notice, I'm always saying these sizes because I always think you go big or go home.
Yeah.
And this was a 14-foot nutcracker. And he stood on a 3-foot pedestal, so he was 17 feet tall. And that got a lot of pictures being taken next to it too.
So cool.
Then we have the Rotary Peace Arch, which again was the first kind of a attraction that we had in the park, and had again literally thousands of people. What you love is taking those pictures, and I try to set those in places where you stand to have your picture taken. The park's in the background, and they can see the park.
It's a beautiful backdrop.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's light streaming across the river, which just tops it off each year too.
You know, in the first few years, we didn't have lights going across the river, and when you look at those pictures, all the trees on both sides and a big dark spot in the middle. And I was talking to DPW guys, our Department of Public Works, and I said, you know, I've always wanted to put lights across there. It's just too bad we can't do it. And it's like, you know, I gave them a challenge. He said, we can do that. And I said, seriously? And they said, yes. And the first year they did it, I was out here with my phone videoing how they did it. They literally tied a string to a rock and threw the rock across the river. The first 3 or 5 didn't make it past the river.
Yeah.
So they finally came up with a way to do this, and now it's a system they have in place where they've got it down pat. And I'm glad you mentioned that because the lights are going to be new this year.
Okay.
They're a different kind of light to give it a little bit different look.
Okay.
And plus it was easier for the parks and DPW guys to put up.
Get them across, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Again, you mentioned, let's talk about the hours and when this opens. So we have a big annual tree lighting event. When is that happening this year?
It's always it's coincided with First Friday in downtown Adrian. So it's and on the first Friday, downtown has a Christmas parade, and the parade ends at Comstock Park. So usually the parade is over with by 7:30, and you know there aren't a lot of presentations. I mean, we go right to the lighting ceremony.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, I always have to thank the individuals that contributed so much in the effort to make it happen. You know, I think, you know, again, our city employees that work so hard deserve the recognition for helping. And some of the displays that you know, people have donated, you know, literally thousands of dollars to have those in place. So it's just a few short thank yous. Old National Bank has been a contributor each year of a substantial amount of money. That's some people wonder, well, how much money do you make in this? Well, the city doesn't make anything. You know, it's a break even. If it wasn't for the sponsorships, this would never happen.
Yeah.
So I like to give them, you know, the due that they
Absolutely.
have coming. And we go right to the lighting and let people walk around and find their tree.
Yeah, everyone that's down here gets to count down, and then the park just lights up and
Yes.
comes to life. It's an amazing event. But even if you can't come the first Friday in December for
Yes.
the tree lighting, you can come any other day throughout the month of December just to walk and experience it, right?
Yes, the lights stay on 24/7, 7 days a week.
Okay.
No cost. You come down, and you know, the two biggest things that I get out of this, probably three, that I so enjoy the week when families are decorating their trees. I love to see the families coming together, singing, laughing,
Yes.
enjoying themselves decorating the tree. I enjoy, I mean, the lighting, and when you see how excited the kids are
Yes.
to, you know,
Amazing.
not only find their tree, but go around to the different displays.
Exactly.
So, and the third thing is that, you know, I think it's a real plus for the community. It brings people to Adrian, but it's Adrian, Lenawee County people celebrating. It's turned out to be the biggest event of the year in Adrian. But you know, when they come and they enjoy the park, many of those people go visit local restaurants
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
and look around the area. They look at the colleges we have. So I think it's, you know, thanks to Visit Lenawee, you're helping bring people here that lets people know, you know, what a great community this is.
Yeah, and they can really make a full weekend out of it, truly. I mean, you come down here for one night, especially if you're a photographer. I wanted to mention that. Just a great location to come get some shots or some B-roll of something amazing. We've seen some really cool videos over the years people have put together and posted, and it's just, it never gets old.
No,
It never gets old.
It doesn't. And I have a gentleman that for the last 3 years has, and this is again what changes with technology, is we get the drone shots.
Yeah.
And they'll take drone pictures, and
so
he'll send to me each year, and he'll say, this is 2020, this is 2021, this is 2022.
To see it grow.
And to see how it grows. And really the first drone picture didn't have the lights on the river. And then the next year they did, and you could see the huge difference the lights made on the river.
Yeah, it's amazing. And like I said, you really can make a full weekend out of just coming and experience the park one night. Like you said, coming and checking out our local restaurants. But then we have Heritage Park that has a free light drive-through
Yes.
as well. You can go to the courthouse, which you also have been the master of picking out that tree, which is just a short drive away from Comstock Park too.
I have thoroughly enjoyed that. Yes, I still do the courthouse tree this year.
Okay.
You know, again, I always like to reiterate to people each year, I do not go out and look for a healthy tree. I look for a tree that for some reason has to come down for one reason or another, whether it's in the right of way in a road, whether it's growing too close to someone's house,
Sure.
or unfortunately, you know, in the Midwest we have the blue spruce disease.
Right.
And so I'll look for a tree that has to come down for a reason. But I always do look for the courthouse. Courthouse is a big, beautiful building.
Yes.
You need a big, big tree. And on that one, Jenna, I had grown up loving and watching Rockefeller Center and the delivery of that tree into New York City, and then the lighting ceremony. And really, long before I was ever mayor or anything else, I said, boy, would I like to do that someday. And, you know, that day, opportunity came. A gentleman called from Madison Township and
goodness.
said, I have a tree that I would like to donate to the courthouse. Would you like to come out and see it? And I said, absolutely. And I took the city administrator with me, and he said, don't you think you'd like to start smaller than that and maybe build your way up? I said, you know, the old thing, no, go big or go home.
Right,
and so
exactly.
so each year we try to find a nice tree that we can take great pride in, and it sits in front of a beautiful renovated courthouse.
Yeah, absolutely. So lots of holiday spirit in the county. I mean, literally, we're like a small city with big Hallmark Christmas vibes. Not to mention, we broke the record, the Guinness World Record at one point.
Thank you for
trees.
that. We did. It was held for a long time by the Hallmark Channel.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found out that, because my wife would find me downstairs watching Hallmark movies in July. It's Christmas in July. And we beat Hallmark's trees by over 100 trees.
Mm-hmm.
And then that night I got a message from, I'm not even going to mention the city because they don't deserve credit. He said, you may have it, but we're going to beat you tomorrow because we're the capital, we're the U.S. capital Christmas tree city.
Okay.
And so I did look them up, and they do have 5 Christmas tree farms in their city limits. So that was easy for them to do. But, you know, we had the challenge. We did it. We broke it.
Yeah.
But this year, Jenna, we have the most large, decorated, lit Christmas trees that we've ever had in the park.
Wow.
So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to find all the room where 591 trees are going to go.
Oh, it's going to look so good, though. We're so excited to see it. Anything else we want to mention to visitors for this event other than you got to come experience it?
You do. And again, I was telling you the 3 things that I really enjoyed. Well, it's not only watching the families decorate their tree, but throughout the whole month of December. The lights stay on until the Sunday after New Year's, is to come down. No matter what day of the week, there are individuals and families that are walking through the park, enjoying, you know, and again, I always like to give credit to the people that do it. Our Lenawee Board of Realtors contributed the money for sound in the park.
Awesome.
That made a huge difference. The first 3 years, we didn't have sound in the park. And the year we put Christmas music in the park just made a complete difference. Gave you a real sense of the holiday. It did.
Yeah, it's a beautiful walk, you guys, too. A good place to come and bring your kids, your whole family. Come check it out. We'll throw some information down in the description so you can start planning your trip and come out here and see it. But Jim, thank you so much for starting this event. We love it. I know our family loves it. You guys will love it if you start coming down too. So an awesome attraction to come visit here in Southeast Michigan.
Well, thank you. And it's been an honor to be associated with something that has been so, you know, so well accepted by this community that, you know, when you talk to individuals, and I hear new stories every year, that it means, you know, it really means a lot to a lot of people. It's become a family tradition. And when you see something that close to your heart, it does make you feel good. Makes me feel good.
Yeah. So just a great place to come make memories and celebrate the spirit of the season.
Well, thanks to you and thanks to Visit Lenawee. We appreciate all you do to help make this community and this county a place that people want to visit.
Absolutely, yeah. And we want to hear your visitor stories too. So share any pictures that you take when you come out this year with us, guys. And as always, check out visitlenawee.com for any of your lodging needs. Like I said, you can make it a full weekend down here. We have plenty for you to do. Check out our website, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.